Welcome, MineCraft Travelers, to the most anticipated video of this channel yet. That's right, folks. We are bringing you the PS4 MineCraft City World Tour. Thank you all for your ongoing support. Thank you all for tuning in and watching all of our Minecraft videos and other video games. But of course, this channel would be nothing without our Minecraft. That's right, our first video on the PS3 MineCraft City was our first video on the YouTube channel, and we welcome you all to our PS4 MineCraft City here on the PlayStation 4, and we're here welcoming you at our respawn point. This is where we would welcome our guests and have them write their name and the date that they first came into the world. We didn't do that with our PS3 MineCraft City, but I felt it was necessary to, pay respects to everybody that has entered into this world and has made their own house, apartment building, restaurant, business of some kind, statues, pixel art, or even just participated in some of our many events, like our PvP tournaments, our build wars, and other fun, exciting adventures that we all took place here in our MineCraft City. Now, one of the maps had actually glitched out there in the bottom right corner, but if you look in the middle, you can actually see here in my hands, that's the actual city while looking at the world map. And on the PS3 MineCraft City, for those of you that remember, we actually did 3 separate sections on the map. But this one, we actually just kept it all into one. So the building just kept adding onto itself. The structures, the sidewalks, everything just kept building upon itself and then making it into one big city. And this over here on this side was any suggestions. And on the brainstorming wall, some people put some things like Transformers, a rolling skate park, I believe. And some of them did come to fruition, and others are still on the list of things to do. Trust me, there was no end to our imagination and creativity. You're about to see what imagination and creative powers lie on the PlayStation Network's Minecraft players by demonstrating all the plots here, and not just built by just one person or a small group. As you saw on the wall, we had dozens of people coming into this world, getting their own plot. And speaking about plots, this was the very first plot that I built, and I built a hotel because I figured in the early developments of this city, why not have a hotel where people can stay at while they build their homes. Greeted by a villager here who enjoys his job very much at the welcoming desk. And if you go up these grand spiral staircases here, you will make your way up to the different levels with different rooms. And it also provides a little different view. And that's one thing I enjoy about all of the buildings here, is that as you go to each build in each plot, it's always great to kind of look out and see the different perspectives. You can see here we're looking out of the windows and into the bedroom areas here, and just with a simple setup with a chest, a bed, and a redstone lamp. And by flicking that redstone lamp on, lets people know that there's somebody that's taken that room. And we'll just quickly jump down here. Whoop, good thing we're in creative, no fall damage there. And we'll continue the tour here, going across to the second plot to be built here, right next to the respawn area, is our Poon Handler's Cafe. Making its grand return on the PlayStation 4. Bigger and better was the expression, because on our PS3 map, we were only allowed to go one map size. But thank you all for coming back to the PS4 and building on an endless biome. This way we weren't stuck to one map, so our intentions were going for bigger and better than ever. So this Poon Handler's Cafe became an excellent respawn gathering area where you can kind of view the spawn point there and see if your friends newly joining onto the server, you can welcome them, maybe come over here and discuss what you're going to do, what plans of your builds you're going to do on the server. But the Poonhouse Cafe was definitely a landmark on the PlayStation 3 Minecraft City. So having it return here and having our good friend Poonhandler returning back and creating this excellent social gathering spot with the map again up there on the wall, showing how big this city is. And we're in creative mode, and we could fly around, but I felt like this tour wouldn't be just if we did that. We have to walk around this city, just like we did on the PS3 Minecraft City World Tour. Walking around is the best way to just soak in the views, see what it would be like walking down the sidewalks here. And speaking about walking down the sidewalk, let's walk to my house. And I wanted to make something interesting. I know this looks a little unique looking, but I didn't want to just build something simple. I wanted to kind of demonstrate some of my creativity, and I have excelled in my creativity and imagination and building skills since I've built this. But at the time, I put in a good effort to just kind of come up with the house to inspire others. Also incorporating some redstone with these switches here. You can see the lights have come on. The windows have opened up here in the kitchen, and I got an excellent view of outside front area there. And this is in the city texture pack, which I really enjoy because they actually implement a lot of different things like the microwaves, the wine rack, and different photos. And I felt like if we were going to build a PlayStation Minecraft City, then you would have to have it in the city texture pack. It just makes sense. And those redstone lamps look really awesome in this texture pack I found. And just little things like the TV monitors, and yeah, that was my bedroom up there. But this was my house. Nothing too big, nothing too crazy, but just something that could show that I have a house here too. And redstone doors with the pistons, sticky pistons, trying to make something a little bit more unique than just your simple door to inspire others to use redstone. And when you weren't wanting to expend your inventory in your own house, you can deposit some inventory here at our wonderful bank. We're greeted by a villager here dressed professionally in his dress shirt, and a nice incinerator there for any unwanted items. It was in creative mode, but I felt it was nice just to kind of build a bank for in the city. And this is what we had as moderator plots. So in the previous Minecraft City on the PS3, we had plots that were all user-based. But then we had inspirations to want to incorporate different buildings. So we decided on the PlayStation 4 Minecraft City to incorporate with the layout of the city and the sidewalks and the roads to have moderator plots. So that some of our elite builders can have access to different plots throughout the entire city, so that some people can enjoy some of the builds that our moderators and creative team here on the PlayStation 4 Minecraft City can offer. And this was one of them, the All Are Welcome Tower. It was a tower that I wanted to use as a landmark for the first area of our map. This is where the city first began and its early developments, and as you can see, we would welcome those with fireworks. Now, I don't think you can see the fireworks right now. Let's hit that button again here. Oh, it shoots it straight out. I was looking up for a sec. Okay, here I am. It's been so long, I forgot that I must not have pointed that dispenser upwards. I must have been firing it directly towards people. Well, you know, let's just hope that those are at a good height to not have embers burning the crowds down there. Like, oh look, they're having a fireworks show, and then just the fireworks just blow up, not that high, burning everybody. You're welcome. And continuing our tour here, we're gonna walk our way down the lovely streets of the Minecraft City PS4 to Myth Ninja's house. Now, Myth Ninja, I always enjoy his builds. He has except for that. Who did that now? Oh my goodness, it's been so long. He must have his dog in here. Pooped a brown wool right on the floor there. That's awful. Myth Ninja, you have to come in here to clean this up now. But on another note, we're going to look around here. I always enjoyed his builds. I felt that he had a unique way of putting things together. Like, look at his ceilings. It could have just been a flat ceiling, right? But instead, he designs it with these staircases and glowstones, kind of making it very unique. Like, you know this is a Myth Ninja build. You have that feel. And look at his grand couch there. Like, he's going to see all of his friends on one couch in front of that big TV. And, oh, I think this was a little secret entrance over there, but we'll let him show you if you ever come onto the server, because we only have so much time. So thank you, Tony. I'm sorry, I'm sure there's some other things that he might wanted to show you in there, but we are strapped for time. There's only so much we can show you, and I'm sorry in advance to all those who feel like maybe I didn't go into your house. Well, I'm going to try to go into as many houses as I can. This is Dalton's house, who I see he's put up the walls, he's put up the layout, but I think he needs to call a furniture store. So we'll just say that's Dalton's house. Thank you, Dalton, for all of your hard work in there. I guess he's waiting for the moving truck. They're moving his furniture in. And then this was someone else. Now, forgive me for forgetting whose name this was. There's so many names on the board. I should have maybe put signs with people's names in front of the plots. But this was a supermarket that someone had built. They asked, can I build, do I have to build a house, or can I build like a shopping mall? And I'm like, yeah, sure, but doesn't seem like it has too much to offer. But don't worry, there are more shopping malls in the MineCraft City PS4. That is not the only one. Soon to come, hopefully, in that market. And you can see this person here has built a statue. Now, there's differences, right? Some people build a house. Some people build a business. Some people build a statue. Some people build Club -69, making its return yet again to the PlayStation 4 MineCraft City. It was on the PS3 MineCraft City, but Club -69 makes its grand return, thanks to Chronic Lone Wolf, now known as Amarok Frostfang, everybody. An unfortunate hacking incident made one of our moderators, Chronic Lone Wolf, have to change his name. May all the hackers that did that to him suffer the consequences one day. But Amarok Frost, we will acknowledge your new name and your DJ booth here. Like, I mean, look at all the speakers. If you couldn't hear the tunes coming out of this place, you weren't listening. You had something else going on, because the music in this place, there's so many speakers that you as soon as Club -69 was active, you would know. You would hear the dancing and the music playing. Fun spot to join people and friends. And as you can see, a pyramid that was built there. Poon Handler's house here with the beautiful water fountains in the front. Like, look at that. Poon always enjoyed building with quartz. I remember the day on the PS3 MineCraft City when quartz first came out. Poon Handler was all over it. And he built us a grand temple where we put our gravestones underneath. But you can see here he still enjoys using the white quartz for his builds, as seen here in his beautiful house with an amazing view. And again, like I said before, I always enjoy looking at the views from other people's houses. I mean, it's just, you don't know what you're going to see, right? Like, you can look out one window and maybe you're seeing a friend's house, or maybe you're seeing a park. Just different perspectives from this huge community build. And here's another business. It was a garage for minecarts, because we use minecarts to travel around in Minecraft. Well, sometimes they might need to be maintenance. This player in particular thought of that, and it's interesting to see what people come up with. Like, I never thought once of making a garage for minecarts, but this person did. They were like, you know what? We might need to maintenance our minecarts. Well, this garage is going to do that. And seeing as we're looking at the garage for minecarts, if our server was in survival mode for a PvP event or any survival-based events, and you needed to get around and you didn't have the accessibility of fly mode to fly around and get to where you wanted to go quickly, you could use our subway station. And our subway station, thankfully, on our last Minecraft's server on the PS3 MineCraft City, we were only able to dig down 3 or 4 blocks down because we edited that map in super flat. Well, now that we're not in super flat, we're actually able to dig all the way down. Well, to bedrock at least, but far enough for us to implement underground builds like basements and subway stations and other things that we couldn't do on the previous map because we were in Superflat. It also helped us with our terrain. All that landscaping you saw on the PlayStation 3 Minecraft City was hand plotted. Every tree, every leaf, every river. Well, now on the PS4 Minecraft City, not only do we have subway stations, but we have a beautiful landscape surrounding the city, naturally occurring. Oh, there's the other Minecrafts. I was waiting forever. I had to edit that clip. And we are able to enjoy things like underground builds and proper landscapes that don't take as much time or effort or unable to do at all. But we're able to do this now since we're not in Superflat on the PS4 Minecraft City. And welcome to the second train station here. That brings you to the other side of the city. Now I'm going to come up this way because I really enjoy, again, another amazing build by Poon Handler here. Big statues. Chevy Nation with his house, or sorry, his restaurant of many heads. Always creeped me out with that one. And then just taking a walk, just kind of soaking in the view. Big El Paso's house here with the only lava fountain. For whatever reason, people made water fountains. People would have all these different ideas for lighting. Big El Paso said, let's build a lava fountain. Uncle Jimmy's house here on the left. Big YouTube signs here with people being able to post their name on the wall for any YouTube channels for people in the community to check out. And just another grouping of other plots with such amazing potential for creativity and imagination. And that's what I wanted in this build. Now I think this person's still working on their home. Looks like they have a lot of redstone laid out there. Looks like that's a work in progress. Someone else's house here. Forgive me if I don't remember everyone's name that was on here, because some people were my close friends, but other people were friends of friends, and etc. And how that goes, right? Some people I met purely through this, and some of those, I'm sorry if I don't remember the dozens of people's names. I again should have maybe put signs up to indicate whose name of what plot. But this one I thought was very interesting because they had asked, can I convert my land on my plot from dirt to sand? And I was like, sure, but nobody else had asked that. And I thought that was quite an interesting house. Now here is another interesting build. Myth Ninja, filling the need for yet another mall here in the PS4 Minecraft City, has designed his own plaza. Myth Ninja feeling that he wanted a food court, he wanted a clothing shop, he wanted it all here in his Myth Ninja shopping mall. And there's different menus here. You can see he's got prices for everything, chest filled with goodies. I like how each shop had a different kind of stained glass to indicate, it's a different store. He really did take his time with all of these signs, like coming up with the store names, coming up with the little food court. And I like how he did the little red and yellow canopies over, and he wrote all the different names here. Make it a combo for $9. Yes, and he had a PayPal set up, and people actually sent him money for food in Minecraft. It was crazy, even though it was creative mode. He was making mad dough off of this mall. No, I'm joking. There was no PayPal. There was no real money transactions on this map at all. It was all for fun. But you can see he had a clothing store there. He had what was that? It said exciting games, I believe. Okay. But yes, he had a beautiful terrace up here, and I'm going to show you that as well. This was just like a good social gathering spot. A couple of nice fireplaces there. And again, a beautiful view. I can't say that enough. I always enjoy looking out windows, going to the rooftops or balconies, and just seeing the view. Because for me, I'm taking a look at everyone's building right now. But for most players, they spent a lot of time Like, Myth Ninja 1 spent a lot of time on this plot developing this building. So you can only imagine that this was his view for a good amount of time as he was working on this plot. And same goes for everyone else here. And thank you again, I can't say that enough, to all my fellow Minecraft travelers that all traveled here. And this house was very unique. These people were friends and asked if they could join their house across as a bridge between the plots, and I said sure, no problem. We had a moderator meeting and we said yes, well, we'll allow it if within taste, right? And it did look good. And some people you can see are still working on theirs. This was the Empire Theater. This was mine. I made this one as a place for people to sit down and enjoy movies together. Because a city is not a city, in my opinion, without a movie theater. And you got to think, when we're building this, we had to think, what would a city need? And I felt a city needed an epic movie theater. And what's more epic than having an Empire movie theater with Darth Vader and his stormtroopers welcoming you to the snack bar where a busy chef prepares the popcorn. Only the finest chefs pop the finest popcorn for our Empire movie theater here in the MineCraft City PS4. And tickets. Looks like general admissions and prices for kids as well. And this is where you get your tickets. Thank you, good sir. And I shall enter into the movie Cobblestone Chaos, starring Big El Paso and Uncle Jimmy. Now we're going to go into the seats up here. And you could just, kind of get that feel. Like, this, to me, looked like a movie theater. I felt like, if we all wanted to maybe watch something together, we could. Big speakers, big curtains. Again, thanks to the City Texture Pack for producing these wonderful textures that you see here that really help bring the city together. So come enjoy some extra buttery popcorn and a fresh soda pop here at the Empire Movie Theater. And moving on to the next area. I believe there's so many different ways we could go. Now, I tried to plan out the best route for me to walk and see everything. So again, forgive me if I do pass by your build quickly or if I don't have the time to go inside of it. This, ladies and gentlemen, will be 2 parts because it's so big. So I'm going to try to fit as much as I can in here. And speaking of what a city needs, and as much as we can fit in here, is the MCPD. This is the Minecraft City Police Department. Because you need police. You can't just have zombies running around town and nobody to defend the city from them. Many laptops to accept many of the complaints or concerns that the citizens of the Minecraft City PS4 may have. A grand spiraling staircase to lead your way up to the top, where you have a great view of the city to observe any crimes or any dangers that the city might require the MineCraft City Police Department to respond to. And it's also a good way for making sure our security guards are fit for duty, because, if you have to run up that staircase every day to get to your office, you're in shape. And me, always enjoy to add a little bit of redstone. Voila! I'll click on the lights, and we can have those nice redstone lamps with a nice desk here for the chief of police to sit at. And making sure that our security staff are well welcomed and given what they need. This is where they can see crimes in progress or view anything that they would like. Different security cameras here, constantly touching base with every corner of the city to ensure its safety. Close that door there. And a little area here for meats and a helipad. Now, don't laugh, but that's my best attempt at a helicopter. I know, at the time, I'm sure there's better helicopters out there, but the Minecraft City Police Department used this, in theory, to fly around the city and make sure it was safe. There's rumors that there's a secret military base that houses many different aircrafts that are quite superior to the MCPD. That's our military base, but we cannot talk about that. And I don't think we can see it because it's still under development. But shh, don't tell any enemies that. And some beautiful houses over here. These I just put up. There's nothing inside of them. They're just kind of there, hollow. But here, next door to the MCPD, is our courthouse. Now, this is a poon handler build. I know I'm focusing on a lot of the moderator builds, but I just feel like they're so grand and epic, and some of the builds too in the city are still under development. But this, I mean, look at that ceiling. Look at that ceiling. That to me is a work of art just in itself. The floors, the walls, the amount of detail, even the lighting. I mean, look at the lava waterfalls, like almost like if someone was punished to death. We wouldn't have to travel far. We would just be like, now, sir, take 10 steps back into the lava waterfall. Your punishment shall be being burnt alive in front of the crowd. We never had to do that. Hopefully we never will. I don't ever want to punish someone to death, ever, but thank you to everyone here for obeying the rules. And it's not a lot of rules. We didn't have, like, too many restrictions other than build in taste. You know, nobody wants to see anything inappropriate being built, and respect other people's builds. That was a big thing that we believed in. We wouldn't mock people if they weren't able to build as well as others. We weren't destroying people's stuff. Like if you went and visited someone's house, you didn't go and break their windows. But if you did, we did have a jail. And we did have an MCPD, and we did have moderators that would enforce that in the courtroom. And we did have the ability for teleportation. So if you did break the rules, we would just teleport you, and you would face the jury. And thanks to Myth Ninja, yet again, for this wonderful build here as our fire department, ready to respond to any fire disasters. Now, here's the thing that's so funny and ironic about this fire department. Even though we're in creative mode, if any of you remember, my very, very first build on the PS3 MineCraft City was a tower, and the whole inside burnt because of a fireplace accident. Well, I turned fire spread off. So thank you, Tony, for building this fire department. But it's fun. I love riding down the pole. I love jumping on the slime block. But you can see this is a brand new, fresh fire truck. Never been used, and probably never will be, but it is here in case, for whatever reason, one of the moderators goes, whoopsies, and decides to turn the fire spread on, and for whatever reason, if someone's build isn't fireproof, this fire truck is ready to go. I mean, I love how he has it in front of glass, too, so as soon as we have our first response, all you hear is, woo, woo, psh, and just like this fire truck come flying out of here, breaking that glass and ready to respond to any moderators, whoopsies, with the fire spread. But yeah, and we're just going to temporarily fly, because this is a long street. And I know I wasn't going to fly, I was going to walk around, but this is one of the parts that's still developing here in the city. Yes, it is still ever growing, but I felt this world tour wouldn't be justified if I didn't show you some of the emergency response here in the MineCraft City. And going towards some of more of our community builds, here you can see someone has built their wooden ranch, it looks like. Looks like they have some horses there. Preferring to make theirs. Now this is actually in a perfect spot, because if this person's wood house did go up in flames, there is the Myth Ninja One's fire response team right down the street. And I think this is another house that suffers from the moving company or the furniture store needing to arrive. Kind of like Dalton's house. They delivered the bed, but I don't think no one's delivered the chairs, tables, or anything like that yet. And just admiring the view again, remembering that this player spent time on this build. Thank you for building this little house here with your horses. But I love enjoying the view that player had from their plot, because that was theirs, right? That's what they woke up to. That's the house that they walked out of every time they logged in here. And that's one thing that I cherished the most. You could have a city or a Minecraft server and people show up, but the one thing I enjoyed is that people came back again and again, wanting to always see what was being built, what other things were kind of happening and going on here in the server. And as you can see here, this is like a little club area, you know, little wink wink. Don't mind if I do. Whoop! Nobody saw me coming in and out of there. That was a good little nightclub here in the city, and one of the first malls. This is again next to our community gaming area, where I felt that if you say died in a PvP matchup and we were still in survival mode for whatever reason, you still wanted to get some things and you didn't have access to creative because the server was on survival, you could come here and do a little bit of shopping. Maybe get your items or your tools or your weapons fixed by the repairman here, ready to serve any of your maintenance needs for any of your gear and equipment. And a wonderful display of all the different swords, pickaxes, all your general tools. And you could, kind of flip through them and see and look that you got it. Once you press the button, it would pop out of the dispenser and into your hand, and ready for you to use. And then this was the food court. Some of the first fast food businesses here are here in this mall. Big Boy Burger, where you can get a kids meal for $3.99 or a Big Boy combo for $9.99. And then MFC, Minecraft Fried Chicken, where you can get a 12-piece bucket for $9.99. Feed the whole family with that. Thank you to these villagers for working so diligently here in the food court, making sure everyone is well fed and stocked up with food, and the food court is nice and clean and ready for people to eat while in survival mode, because obviously in creative mode you don't need to eat. But again, when this world went into survival modes for little community events, that is what we would eat, and that is where we would survive. And walking at this beautiful glass floor over the lava, please do not break the glass. It will be a painful burning death. And as you can see here, we had a wonderful clothing shop. This is an armor shop. Villager ready to greet you at the front door. You would simply look and see what would you want, diamond or gold, iron or leather armor, and you would proceed down the aisle. Now, say for example we wanted to dress up as a doctor, which was the diamond armor, or the fireman, which was the gold armor, or the suit and tie in the leather armor, or police in the iron armor. Whatever clothing you would like with the city texture pack, you would just simply walk down this aisle and you would get dressed in that appropriate attire. Now watch as I use Minecraft magic to get out of my leather suit and tie, and I'll show you an example as I walk down here, similar to how we did it on the PvP gallery. Whoop. And as you can see here, a nice brown suit and tie ready for you to dye, and in whatever color you wish. I go with a personal burgundy color, to be honest, because I just feel like that looked a little profesh. You know what I mean? You had to mix up some of the colors too to get this one. So I enjoyed that. This is how I get dressed here in the Minecraft City PS4. We also had some ender chest back here with a wonderful painting of Steve. And using them as ATM machines, because as you know, no one can look in an ender chest and see what you put in. Only you get to see what you put in. And even though we're in creative mode, I put a couple of different supplies in there, making sure I'm ready to go in case things do go into survival for an emergency. Subway station over there. That's where we came out earlier on the second little half here. And once this part was developed, and once this part started to grow, I felt like the city was starting to kick off. And this was also a really good way of looking at it with one of our community builds here. When the gates are closed, so are we. Well, the gates are open, so it looks like they may be open. And I mentioned this earlier, Sheva Nation making this build here with all of these different heads. Very creepy looking, like you felt like you're always being watched. But he did an excellent job here building a very unique looking restaurant. And as you can see here, it was ready for business. And also another cool, interesting part here was his minecart that he put all around his restaurant. It's like a little ride before you go or when you come out of the restaurant. Before you go in or when you come out, you can enjoy a little minecart roller coaster that goes all around his build. Thank you so much for building this in the Minecraft City. That was so cool because not a lot of people incorporated rides or little things with their builds, but he did. And you can see this house was still in development. Thank you so much to this player for starting something. Hopefully they'll finish it one day. We also have other builds here like the castle made by this player. And you can see he has a grand little lobby area here with a fireplace. Many different rooms that I'm sure lead to many different things. And I always called this the Blue House. It was like a single floor bungalow home that a player built. And I just thought it was so unique that out of all the builds, that one was one house that was made purely out of blue. And another house that always catches my eye is Yo Vision with his minion looking house. It looked like a minion up on the top there, watching those that walk by with a very unique waterfall entrance. And I'm going to walk all the way through this. He actually had his home featured on one of the episodes of MC Cribs on the PS3 Minecraft City. And here his house is again on the PS4. And I'm going to do a tour right now of it because I feel like this house has so many layers, so many different places you can go. Waterfall entrance, waterfall elevator. Be careful if you're ever in survival mode in this house. Watch your breath. But if you can manage to get through, you'll have a beautiful tour. I mean, look, he even has a tree growing in here. He has a bartender back there ready to serve some drinks. And a big community area. Thank you so much, Yo Vision, for this build in our community here. Because this certainly demonstrates the wide range of creativity amongst players. How do people see their builds coming along? How would you make your house? Or how would you make your place of business? Or what would you build in your 25 by 25 block plot? And I'm sure there's lots more to it. But again, I can't go around everyone's house. I can't fully tour everywhere I wish I could because again I'm going to have to do this in 2 separate videos just because even though I'm skipping some houses, like I'm sorry but I may not be able to go inside this house here or some of the other ones. We have a coffee shop here that brings us back around to where we started from on the second part of the city here. But yeah, there's only so much we can actually physically look at within the given time. But there will be 2 parts. And this is part 1, admiring as much as we can. The coffee bean is what I called this place. Out of all the prices of all the different beverages, smiles are always free. Yeah. See how he grunted when I said that? Yeah, no. Smile! I said smile! Oh, he never smiles. He's the crouchiest coffee person. Yeah, that's right. You know what? That's it. We might have to replace that guy one day. But until then, we have a cranky guy that serves coffee at the coffee bean. And just soaking in some of the sights, some of the views here. I believe we're going to take a walk down this road here. I think we've seen some of these houses already, but... And look at this. I'm going to admire this right here. See that statue? Look at that. Poon Handler, thank you again. That is a very intricate and unique build. A beautiful monument in the center of the second part of our city. I call this the second part because we did it in stages. We did the first area that we just started the tour in, and then we expanded to this area here. And once more players came, we expanded even more, and it was just adding on more plots and different businesses. From little dance discotheques to some people building very unique builds, some still in development. And those that are completed are nothing short of amazing. And our moderator tower right here is where we would make many decisions. Can someone build this? Can someone build that? We'll ask. We'll find out. What project should we work on next? What needs need to be met? This is where the moderators would gather, and each floor was laid out for a moderator. This was Chronic Lone Wolf. Have to change the side to Amarok Frost soon enough, but this was his security plot designation area, sitting new players down to ask where they would like their plot. And yeah, he would assign new plots to players and discipline those that disobeyed the rules of their plot, like building over it or, yeah, going too far. And each floor, again, had its own responsibility, its own moderator to supervise that. And it doesn't seem like you would need many people to watch over things, but once a city or a map gets this big, you definitely need trusted players that can watch over things and ensure that things are running quite smoothly. And on the second floor here, we had Community Event Manager Myth Ninja and his floor, and he was definitely great for bringing communities together and trying to incorporate different ways of play. Like, without him, without Myth Ninja 1 on this server, we would not have the PvP Coliseum, and that was a definite grand build. Like, it took him so long. I know we're in creative mode, but understand that each brick needs to be still laid. Things still need to be put together, and it definitely still takes time. So thank you, Myth Ninja. Thank you, Amarok Frost, Poon Handler, Dalton. You guys all came together to help me start this up and see it through. And this was just a relaxing area for the moderators, a little library area, beautiful views of some of the community around. And if you just wanted to kind of maybe sit, get some peace and quiet, get away from it all, you could enjoy a book here in the library, play a game of pool, listen to some music, and Poon Handler, Secretary of Defense, Vice President. Vice President Poon Handler would sit right here, and he would ensure that things ran smoothly, especially if I was away, because there were times that I would leave the server open because people could only play on the PS4 on the server if I was online and if I was signed in. So there were times where I would have to step away from the mic, whether to go to the store or maybe go and grab something to eat, whatever the case may be, and I would leave him or other moderators in charge. And this was Al. Hey, what's going on, Al? Short for Alfred. I mean, Bruce Wayne had a butler. Come on, man. The president of the MineCraft City PS4 has to have his own butler, too. And this is Al. Again, short for Alfred. I'm inspired by Bruce Wayne. I mean, I figured that's a strong butler name. And look at the view that I have on top of the moderator tower. Getting good views of as much of the city as I can. It was always a joy to see players going up and down these streets or seeing new buildings come up from the ground up. And you can see I had my sign there, server host and president. My chair seated right here with a desk and my little computer. And my big screen TV over there, that's right. Always like to watch, keep in touch with everything there. But this is where I believe we will conclude our first video. This is part 1 of the MineCraft City PS4 World Tour. Yes, a little private bathroom in there. Whoop! But there's so much more I'd love to show you, but I feel like this is a good chance to break it up. Because, I mean, there's so much to take in here. So many sites, so many builds, so much more to come. And I can't wait to show you the rest of this PS4 MineCraft City community creative build here on Minecraft. And again, thank you all who were ever in this world, who helped build it and create it to what it is today. Thank you to all of our moderators for helping making sure things always ran smoothly. And thank you all for watching. Hope to see you on part 2 soon enough. And see you all soon.